In VPK, no, not yet. We're required in VPK to teach alphabet knowledge, which a lot of people say, oh, my baby know how to say ABCs. Yes, they know how to sing the song, but in VPK, we have to teach them the upper and the lowercase to recognize them out in public anywhere. So that's what we did this year. So I'm gonna ask 2 kids to go up to the board. Let's see. Jemiah, why don't you go to one board? And Dylan, why don't you go to one? Jemiah, I'm going to give you a word. Your word is going to be dog. I want you to find the first letter in the word dog. Dylan, your word is pet. I want you to find the first letter in the word pet. Okay, Jemiah, your word was dog. Can you tell me what letter this is?
D.
D. Can you tell me what sound it makes?
D.
Good job. You're absolutely right. Let's check Dylan's work. Dylan, what? You have the word pet. What letter did you put up?
P.
P. What sound does P make? Did they get it right, class? All right. Let's give them a thumb. Good job. Moving right along. We also had several children this year that we've had since infants. And of course, if you've been with us that long, you know that we like to teach above grade level if they're ready. So I had a lot of children this year that's going to leave VPK ready to read. So we started on our vowels this year. So I'm going to call 2 students up to the board to do vowels. If you think you know the vowels, give me a big smile. Zabria, you look like you know the vowels. Why don't you come up? Can I get somebody over here who think they know? Come on, Kira, you can come do the vowels. Now, we'll also play a game called Around the World in our classroom. So I'm going to call 2 students while Kira and Zabria are right there. I'm going to call 2 students up to do Around the World in the middle. Let me see. Give me a smile if you want to play Around the World with me. Come on, Uzziah. Come on, Ariel. You two, I want you to put your vowels up on the board. Okay, Ariel and Uzziah. I'm going to give you a compound word. And this is taken right out of our VPK assessment book. And this is one of our most difficult concepts that we've learned this year. I'm going to give you a compound word. Can you say sidewalk?
Sidewalk.
Now, I want you to say sidewalk without walk. What word is left? What is it?
Side.
Side. You're absolutely right. Now, when I say that's one of the hardest concepts, we were trying to figure out why it's in the book. Who does that? But our children has picked it up, and they're trying, so if you guys can work with them over the summer on compound words. Let's do one more. Oh, Kira's finished? Okay, we're going to do one more. Let's say, let's do our vocabulary, because it's in our book. If I'm looking through something and I'm trying to make it, to look at it really, really big, and I want it really, really close, but it's far away, what do I look through?
A telescope.
A telescope. You're absolutely right. You may have a seat. Let's check our board. What letters do you have, Kira?
A, E, I, O, U.
A, E, I, O, U. Let's check yours, Zabria. What do you have?
A, E, I, O, U.
Are they right, class?
Yeah.
Yes, those are our vowels. A, E, I, O, U. You may have a seat. Good job. Now, I'm going to call 2 students up. These are 2 of our children that are leaving us reading. And I'm going to put 2 random words. I'm going to ask you to put one up. And Miss Marisha, I'm going to ask you to put one up. 2 random words, action words. And I'm going to ask the students to come up and read it. They have not practiced these words. And then I want them to just do whatever it says on the board. Smile if you want to come up and do that. Tamia, come up. Nakaya, since you looking away, come up. And when they're not paying attention to class, that's exactly what I do. Push them down. Oh, no, don't push them down. Read that word for me. Read that word for me. And do exactly what it says. What are you doing?
Running.
Running. You're running. Her word is run. What are you doing?
Jumping.
Jumping. Your word is jump. Can you sound that word out for me?
Jump.
What does it say?
Jump.
Sound the word out. You have to look at the word, sound it out. What is it?
Run.
Run. You're exactly right. Moving right along, we're going to go to we're going to move into math. Now, in math, we have to teach addition as well as subtraction as well as word problems. Now, who at 4 did word problems? Exactly. So, it was a little difficult at first when we saw it, but the kids responded to it better than we thought. So we're going to get 2 to play around the world in the middle, and I'm going to get 2 to the board. If you want to come to the board, give me a smile. Isaiah, why don't you come to one board? Let me see who's smiling big over here. Anaya, why don't you come to a board? I want you to work that word problem. I want you to work that math problem. I want you to work that math problem. Keep it in your head until I come back to you. Now I need 2 students in the middle to do my word problem. Shaderica, why don't you come up? Anybody over here want to come do word problems? Jerome, why don't you come up? Okay. Let me sit down so y'all can see. All right. The word problem is Sally went to the store and she got an ice cream cone that had 2 scoops. Now, Sally wanted 1 more scoop. So how many scoops does Sally have? 3. She has 3 scoops. You're absolutely right. Now let's try this. There are 4 kids on the playground. 1 went home. How many kids are on the playground?
2, 3.
1, 2, 3. You're absolutely right. You may have to sit down. Class, give a thumb. All right, are you ready, Isaiah? You know your problem. Can you read it for me?
2 plus 2.
2 plus 2 equals what?
4.
4. You're absolutely right. What's your problem? Read it for me.
3 plus 2 equals
How many do you have?
5.
You're absolutely right. Good job. You may go up. You may go back to your seat. We do science also. In science this year, one of our favorite things to do, if y'all remember them coming home covered in all that white stuff, it was paper mache. We made paper mache planets. So we're going to go through our planets. Class, do you remember how many planets there are? 9. There are 9 planets. I want some of my friends to name me some planets. Raise your hand if you know. Sanaya, name me a planet.
Earth.
Earth. You're absolutely right. Now, she said Earth. Who lives on Earth? We do. Can somebody tell me what Earth is made up of? Wait. I'm looking at hands. I'm looking at hands. Jarquez, come tell me what Earth is made up of.
Water.
Water and what else?
Grass.
And grass or land. Exactly. Okay, can somebody name me another planet? Name another planet.
Pluto.
Pluto. What is Pluto? Is it the biggest or the smallest? Smallest. Can you name another planet, Jamaya?
Pluto.
She already said Pluto. Give me another one. You remember one?
Uranus.
Uranus. You're absolutely right. Uranus is a planet. Isaiah, what about you?
Mars.
Mars is a planet. You know what? Give me one.
Pluto.
She said Pluto is the smallest one.
Venus.
Venus. She said Venus. Okay. So Davion?
Planet.
Now y'all, he don't pay attention in class, but he know every lesson we do. And I got him 1 more year. Okay guys, what does all the planets go around?
The sun.
The sun. Can somebody raise their hand and tell me what the sun is made up of? Michael. What is the sun made up of?
Fire and gas.
Fire and gas. Who put us where we are up in the atmosphere? Say it loud. God put us. If we were too close, Taylor, if we were too close to the sun, what would happen? Come here. What would happen?
We get fired up.
We would get fired up. If we were too far from the earth, what would happen, Anaya? If we were too far,
We would get cold.
we would get cold, or we would do what, Trent?
We would be froze.
We would be froze. So God knew exactly what He's doing because He's almighty, didn't He? He knew exactly what He was doing, didn't He? Class, I'm over here. He knew exactly what He was doing, didn't He? Yes, and that wraps up one of our days in
Hey
BPK.
everybody, we're going on a bear hunt. Are you afraid? We're going on a bear hunt. Take pictures with my camera. Open up the doors. Walk down the road. Coming to a wheat field. Can't go under it. Can't go over it. Have to walk through it. Got through the wheat field. Coming to a bridge. Can't go under it. Have to walk over it. Got over the bridge. Coming to a tree. Can't go under it. Guess we'll have to climb it. Climb to the top. Do you see a bear? No. Let's climb down. Coming to a river. Can't go under it. Can't fly over it. Let's get in the boat. Got across the river. Coming to a cave. Can't go under it. Can't go over it. Tiptoe inside. It's dark in here. Is anyone around? I see two eyes. And a big furry body. Let's take a picture.